Well, you know, many of today's household appliances are smarter and more efficient, but not without their own share of problems.
Among the common issues with these high-tech washers are excessive noise, shaking, even bad smells. In this case, the technology on an LG washing machine failed and the owner's home flooded. So now they're fighting with the manufacturer to resolve the issue, and they're mad, and they're telling on your sides. Ken Amaro.
That's correct, guys. You know, I did a check on the internet for complaints and found on the website consumeraffairs.com a number of complaints about LG washing machines. Now, this complaint from a Jacksonville family is not on that list, at least not yet, but it centers around the failure of their new smart appliance and, in their words, how customer service responded.
I understand that mechanical things break.
Yes, they break when old and poorly maintained, but that is not the case.
My contention now is how LG has handled things since then.
Paul Ginther says a few days ago he decided to unplug his smart appliances.
We came in and the LG washer had overfilled the tub, flooding our laundry room and my wife's home office.
He says the water was high enough to cover the floors in 3 rooms.
The technician that they sent out said that the cause was a pressure sensor, which basically caused the drum to overfill.
The rooms have since been gutted and being restored. Homeowner's insurance is covering the loss.
We have not asked them to fix our house.
The machines are new. They were purchased late December. They've been in operation 6 weeks.
We do not trust the reliability of the machine.
He says his experience with customer service did very little to ease his frustration.
Our customer service has been abhorrent.
On Your Side contacted LG. A spokesperson said our executive services team spoke with the customer, and the customer finally agreed to have the unit repaired. Repair is scheduled to take place Thursday, February 28th. Had they offered to replace the machine entirely, would that have been satisfactory?
That would have been satisfactory initially, yes.
We asked if LG will replace the machine. We were told LG cannot replace, buy back the unit at a customer's request. But if there's a non-repairable manufacturing defect, we'll review the case for all possible resolutions.
We had to scrape and save for several months just to get these machines.
Now, as for the damage to their home, a spokesperson from LG told me that their team has continued to reach out to the customer and received so far no response regarding the damages. The spokesperson says Mr. and Mrs. Ginther would need to speak with the damage claim specialist assigned to their case for resolution. So tomorrow they should be out there fixing the machine.